Collectors, here we are for another unboxing episode, and this is number 32, I believe. No, Rob?
31.
31. Sorry, I'm rushing things. And it's April the 22nd, 2022, and I'm happy to say here in New Jersey we're finally getting some decent spring weather, which is very welcome. We had a lot of cold weather this winter, but I think we're over with it now, and we can all get a smile on our face because of it. Before I start, I wanted to say hello to collector Dean Wooten, and Dean lives in Luton, England, and he asked me if I would give him a little hello. He's on his third treatment of chemotherapy, so that's not fun at all. And he says in his email that your videos help me tremendously, and they keep my mind busy and off my treatment. So I'm glad that my videos are of help to you, and we all wish you a good result with your treatments. Right, collectors? Nobody wants to hear about that kind of stuff. And then I thought I would just, I'm always talking about my old friend, the late Bill. And I just wanted to, he was a Dutchman, and I've told you about him and all our adventures in Europe, and Bill Lorette. And I just wanted to show you this this picture. This picture is of Bill and I. This is Bill here.
Tilt it towards me.
Huh?
Tilt it towards me. Yep, there you go.
You see it, yeah. And we were down on this occasion visiting my old friend, the late Colonel Johnson, and he had a 1934 Ford in original condition, original paint and everything. And he said, would you and Bill like to go for a ride around Fredericksburg? So that's what we're doing here. Bill jumped into the front seat, and I was relegated to the rumble seat back there. But at least the view was pretty good, and I don't have much hair to get messed up, so it worked out fine. So that's what my old friend Bill Lorette looked like. At that time, he was about 85 then. He lived a long life. So with that, we'll start with our unboxing. I don't know that we have anything extraordinary this time. I don't know what's in the stuff anyhow. So we'll all just have to see. And you remember in the last video, I got a gift of a whole box of razor cutters from my old high school buddy Bob Burns, and I think I told you in the videos that we got a ticket for drag racing, and he heard that and he wrote back and he says he was innocent. He wasn't drag racing. The guy passed him on the right. That's what it was. So could happen to anybody, I guess. So thanks for these cutters, Bob, and we'll see how well they work now here. They look like they're pretty safe. Hopefully I won't cut myself yet. I haven't done it so far, but you never know. And let's see what's in this box. It says fragile glass all over it, but everybody writes that on the boxes anyhow. Post office probably just goes, oh yeah, more glass, oh sure, and throw it into the next pile. So let's see it. It looks like we're going to have a little letter here, and a lot of this damn popcorn. Let me see if I can throw that into a box here. Ah boy, there's a ton of it in here. Well, it makes for great packing material, but it sure does make a mess. You guys know that, I'm sure, if you've dealt with it. Yeah, this is going to be a mess here. Let me try it this way. I'll try taking it out in the side of a trash can and see if that helps. Nope, it's still going all over the floor. Man, I hate this stuff. What a mess. Well, there's just not much you can do with it, but hopefully it's protecting the item that it's padding. So, alright, we got that for, I knew I was forgetting something. First of the day, guys, here's to you. Ah, yeah. It's better to make the first one just a little bit strong and then a little weaker as you go on. You guys know that, right? Yeah, that's good. Well, let's see what is in this parcel here. We'll have an hour's job cleaning up all the damn popcorn, but hopefully the item itself will make up for all that. Let's see here. Looks like it's quite well packed, and yeah. And we got some free bubble wrap too, which I always like. Oh, more popcorn in there. Well, here we go. I like these rubber bands though better than all the tape. They're a little easier to get off. This is good, and let's see what we got here. Oh my. Oh, this looks like something really worthwhile here. Let's see what this is now. Wow. It looks like a very, very fine cutlass here. If we can get into the bag. Yeah, there we go. Wow. Well, collectors, this is really really beautiful. It's got the silvered fittings. It's obviously it's the Icorn Deluxe model. This was the top model they made, and I like the insignia, the way it's kind of fashioned to fit into the grain of the stag grip, and the stag is very, very beautiful. Look at that. Look at that all the way around, and a beautiful nut on the top with that umbrella like stuff they have for decoration. Really beautiful. And the fine clamshell, beautiful leather, and it's got that stag bellowing. And let me just look. Yep, this is an original without looking any further, because it has the exact number of racks that are supposed to be on the stag. On the copies, there's one of these racks that's missing. So let's see what the... Oh, and it's got a frog too. Beautiful frog. Oh boy, the blade looks terrific. Well, we all want to see if it's a stamped Icorn, not etched, right? So let's look and see. Ah, it is. Okay. See that? That trademark is stamped. We see so many of these that are copies where the trademark is etched. So, and it's got the the animal hunting scenes running in the right direction for the short variety too. So this is collectors. This is a killer. It's in magnificent condition. Shows just the slightest bit of wear to some of the silvering, but the leather's perfect. And oh yeah, I mean, we don't see many of these, and this is a top-notch piece, and unfortunately worth a lot of money. but something that's very saleable, because anybody that's collecting forestry and hunting cutlasses certainly wants this model, and there's not very many of them around. So that's terrific. Wow, that's a much better start than I had thought we would have, so I'm pretty happy about that. Wow, a really, really nice thing there. That's terrific. Well, let's see. Here's a smaller box. We'll look in and see what that is, but first I have to annoy you with lighting a cigar. Yeah, that's good, and then another sip for sustenance. So we'll see what's in here. This looks simple enough to get open. Well, Bob, your razor cutter is working pretty good here. I'll take that back. There we go. Let's see, what could this be here? Oh, I see. It looks like we got a lot of metals. Wow, yeah. Boy, there's a nice Panzer. Wow, a silver wound badge. Boy, look at that! Look at that choice Iron Cross. That's really nice with the ribbons. Yeah, we got lots of napkins here, and let's see if there's anything else in here. Yep. Wow. There's a nice looking General Assault badge. This is just a War Merit Medal. They're not very valuable because if you were live in Germany at that time, I think they gave you one. And here's a version of the War Merit with the swords that everyone that was in the service got one of those too, so we see a lot of them. And then lastly, oh, wow, a very nice Russian front winter medal. When you see all that gray color in there and the lighter plating on the outside isn't flaking, that's really a good sign. This is a nice medal. So it looks like we've got a lot of nice medals here. These are all kind of introductory type pieces, but nonetheless they look to be very, very nice. Oh, there might be something else here. Oh yes, a General Assault. Gotta have one of them too. That's a nice badge also. So that's good. We'll go through each one of those and we'll vet them to make sure they're original, but they look pretty good from this short glimpse. All right, here we go, moving right along. Got another small box here. I kind of forget what this is. Oh yeah. Well, you know, you may laugh and all, but these are all good bayonet scabbards. They all show some usage, but this is from someone that apparently doesn't want the scabbards. He just likes to keep the etched bayonets without the scabbards. So he's going to sell me the scabbards. So I can always use parts like that. You know, sometimes you buy a bayonet and the scabbard is so god-awful that it just kills the looks of the whole piece. So it's nice if you have one that is the same thing, of course, and fits right. So
wait, sure, hold on a second. You're telling me this guy has the bayonets and he doesn't want the scabbards?
Yeah.
Good luck on resale with that.
So I don't know, to each his own, but I can use them. And then maybe if one of you out there has a bayonet and the scabbard's missing, write me a note. Maybe I can help you. Usually though, for me to help you, I have to have the bayonet because we got to try it in the scabbard to make sure that it fits.
Can't he just put them in a drawer or something and save them for later? I mean,
Well, we can.
no, him.
I don't know. I don't understand it either. I remember Bob Mccarthy. You collectors know that name. He was one of the first edge weapons collectors in the hobby, and he had a paper route, and that's how he got a lot of his things, by asking his customers if they had anything from the war, and this goes back to the 1950s and early 60s, and he had a ton of daggers all displayed on his wall. You remember the picture maybe of the big railway eagle and the daggers around it. But Bob took all of his scabbards off and put them somewhere else in the house because his thinking was that nobody would steal the dagger if there was no scabbard. I don't see where that makes any sense. And then when it came time to sell, he couldn't find half the scabbard, so that's not a good idea. And the reason a piece has a scabbard is to protect the blade. So, you know, it just, who knows what people think, but to each his own. I know what I think. I need another sip. Yeah, that's good. Very good. I feel that one. And let's see what we got here. Oh, we got a letter. And let's just... I don't have a clue what these things are. They're all wrapped like this. I lost my box cutter. Here it is. Let's see what the heck these are. It looks like they're all the same, so I guess I only have to open one up to show you. What the hell is this? Boy, this is a weird looking thing. It looks like an Oscar or something. Do you believe this? Best supporting role in DTC unboxing, Debbie. Deb, you gotta come see this. This is incredible. This is incredible.
Deb, you won an award.
You won an award, Deb. It looks like all of us may have won an Oscar. Oh, this is really cool. Well, you guys, I'm telling you, you guys are really something. It's just, this is unbelievable. How great these people are. Here's another Oscar. Best cinematography in DTC unboxing.
Wooten, yeah.
Wooten.
That's great.
Yay, isn't that something? I mean,
That's cute.
Well deserved, yeah.
well deserved. And I don't know who the last one's for, but
Who sent these?
I'm not saying. Well, I will say, why not? A very nice man, Michael Sundborg. And there's a letter with it too. But isn't that? Oh, I think I just cut myself.
Sorry, Deb, I don't think they're chocolate, so.
hope he didn't send me one, but he probably did. Crazy people. People are so nice.
Well, you have to make an acceptance speech.
Yeah, an acceptance speech. Yeah, I have to thank my mother or my brother, and I talk about politics, and wow. Yeah. Here we go, guys. Best performance in DC unboxing, Thomas Whitman. I'm telling you, this is isn't that nice, Deb? I mean, it just really, I cut myself too on that one. There you go, guys. So you've been waiting for that for a long time, I know, but I just want to see what it says here. Hi, Tom and crew. This is Mike and Peter, proud owner of 2 HJ leader daggers from you, one with straps. A token of our appreciation for your awesome DTC videos. Mike, married to a wonderful doctor who attended Moorestown Friends School, and Peter, my 13-year-old who is a veteran of 5 Max and 4 SOS shows. Mike and Peter, Michael J. Sunborg, MD, Colonel, Medical Corps, U.S. Army.
We know him.
I know who he is now, yeah. He's a wonderful man. He has a son that collects Hitler Youth things, and let me tell you, that boy's getting quite a collection. So, gee, I don't know how to thank you for all that. Isn't that nice, Deb? So we'll have to put these in a...
Let me see mine. I didn't see it.
You didn't see it? Uh-oh. Well, that's
That
not
one's
good.
yours.
That's mine. That's Ob. That's funny, Ob.
Thank you, all the collectors out there. I really appreciate it. This means so much to me. Thank you very, very much. I will treasure it always.
And that's her Oscar accepting speech. I don't know what to say after that, guys. I mean, boy, these things, nobody tells you they're coming. We don't know.
I'm going to put it on my desk.
This is better than the chicken.
Better than a chicken, yeah. Well, collectors, after that, I did cut myself with the Bob Burns razor knives. Maybe I was better off with the other ones that I had. But the good part, the man that just sent us those Oscars, I know that he's a surgeon. So if it gets any worse, I'll say it's his fault because he gave me that stuff that caused me to get cut. So whatever, I think I'll live. You've probably been waiting for me to cut myself too, haven't you guys? I know you. I know how you are. Let's see what else we got here. Imagine that, Oscars to everybody. Alright, let's see what this one is. Yep. Oh, that's better, just some paper. That popcorn is the worst. This looks a lot easier to deal with. And it looks like we got a letter. Let's see what he got in here. Some more free bubble wrap. Need some sustenance. Yeah. Boy, look at this.
I hope it's a Hitler Youth leader. That would be apropos.
Oh, I'm still getting over that forestry cut was
very nice.
That was really a wonderful thing. Well, this is not as easy as it looks, but here we go. Aha! Oh, well. Here we go, guys. They are. I don't know why everybody puts them in the scabbard backwards, but in all the videos, if you look at them all, they're usually always in the scabbard backwards. But that's a nice, a very nice Luftwaffe. Nice grip, good hilt. It's got the type with the engraved leaves on the top there, and I like the pommel too. It's nice and spread out, and a very large swaths on it.
Well, you should tell them when you told me when I first started with you, it's always worn on the left. Always. So if it's you know, if it's in the scabbard wrong.
Yeah, it wasn't worn on the right.
Yeah.
And let's see what we got. Oh, wow, what a lovely thing. Look at that, guys. It's a Richard Herder. You don't see that very much. And the blade is absolutely stone cold mint. Just beautiful. Really, really a beautiful dagger. Yeah, I like that a lot. And I like the fittings a lot too.
Yeah.
They're different. Do you see, Ob, how big that pommel is?
Yeah.
It's wider and it's
It
got
looks
such
like a
detail.
squashed tomato.
Yeah,
you know?
it's kind of boom on the top. It's a pommel you don't see much, and you don't see this crossguard much either.
You think the Herder made those fittings themselves?
If they didn't, they bought them from someone who was a real expert at making fittings. Look how far out this eagle goes from the crossguard too.
It's very different.
This is a very, very high class, well-made dagger.
Yeah, that's a very nice piece.
It's the subtleties on it. I know it's just a second model Luftwaffe, but the subtleties of it are, if you study these things, that is a really great looking crossguard and pommel.
That's a rare pommel. That is.
It is.
You don't see that too often.
Absolutely not.
I'm just going to go out and say that Herder made them because you never see Herder Luftwaffes anyhow.
Well, Herder did have Richard Herder had a catalog, and they do show a Luftwaffe in it. I'll have to take a look at that picture.
Yeah, it's a nice piece.
Yeah, I like
and
that.
And it's mint. You know?
I really like that a lot.
Mint condition too, so you can't miss it.
Yeah, it's that's a real killer. That makes me feel better about cutting myself. Well, not that much better. You know, this is a very dangerous job I do here, you know. Good thing I have workman's comp insurance.
Well, you should tell the story about the Navy Mini you were wearing that time.
I could tell that story. We have time. I used to wear a...
Just to say how dangerous the business can be.
That's how dangerous it can be. I used to wear a miniature naval dagger suspended from the inside pocket of my suit, especially at the Mac shows. And Margaret and Ron Winan, my friends and fellow dealers that I'm sure you guys either know or you know of them, they had a young son at the time. He was maybe 3 or 4 years old, and I was bow-wowing and talking to Ron and Margaret, and was not aware that this little shrimp about this high is down there playing with my miniature naval dagger, and somehow he managed to get it out of the scabbard. And the next thing you know, I got stabbed in the left nut. You talk about some pain, and it went in pretty deep too, right through my trousers and everything. Those little miniatures are really sharp. So, so these are the things that can happen to you. It shows it's very dangerous in this business. That's a true fact. If you don't believe me, ask Ron and Margaret, because they're still laughing about it, and I fail to see the humor. So anyhow,
Yeah, dangerous business.
it's a dangerous business. It is, Rob. You're right. Let's see what else goes on here. Oh, we're having a lot of fun. I don't know whether we're doing much work here with this opening, but it's... I like these old stories, stuff that happened to me over the years. Let's see what we got here. Uh-oh. Oh boy, more. Let's see if we can get around this without making a huge mess. There's something in here. Oh, this looks like a flag of. I don't know why he needed this popcorn padding. These flags aren't, nothing's going to happen to them, but
Just making sure.
making sure. Yeah, no, it's a good idea. I shouldn't criticize you. You're right, sir. Let's see what
Or he just wanted to annoy you too at the same time.
yeah. That's why they do it, just to annoy me. Wow, this looks like a beauty. Boy, right away, I smell it. As soon as I open that flap, you can smell it. These flags have a certain odor about them, the originals. Don't they always have a smell of?
Absolutely.
They always do. And this one, the material is, feel that material of, you know right away that's a real flag.
Oh, I can tell from here. It's
okay. So this looks like a very large. I'm not going to open it all up, but it looks in pristine condition. Yeah, it's got a separate field and a printed swaz. Oh, that smell! I love that smell. Well, that's a nice flag, and we'll open that up where we have some more space, but that's a real beauty, and someone will love that. I like it very much, and I haven't even seen it all yet, but ooh, love that smell. Nothing like it. All right. And you know, I wonder whether they get that smell from not where they were stored, because they all smell the same. It's just the age of it and the material, I guess, somehow...
it has to be something to do with the material, because there's 20,000 different ways to store it, but they all smell the same.
Yeah. And I'm sure you guys that collect flags know what I'm talking about with that, because it's kind of neat when you see a flag that's really rare and you don't even know what it is, but that smell is there, and the feel too. All right, let's see what's next here. Got another pretty good sized box here. I don't know how the best way to get to this one is. Yeah, it looks like a top opening maybe, or does it go? Oh, it goes all the way around, a lid. Yeah, it's like a banana box. Yeah, this is going to take a minute, guys. I'm sorry. I don't want to cut myself again. The next thing I'll be like Johnny Depp losing the end of his thumb or something. We don't want that to happen, do we, guys? Especially since I just got an Oscar. I don't know how to figure this one out. This is kind of tough here.
Just go right down the middle and open it up.
Well, let me just see if this... Oh, here we go. Yeah, I think I wrote the code. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I don't think Johnny Depp ever got an Oscar, so you're already ahead. But maybe you did, I don't know.
Maybe you did, yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, this looks like stuff we're going to like, guys. Yeah, this might be edged weapons here. Yeah, good chance it is. Wow, look at them all. Holy mackerel. Wow, there's a lot of them in here. Wow, this episode's getting better than I thought it would be. So here we go. Get rid of this box and see what we have here. I hope it's something that we'll all like. Not all repros or something. You never know. Alright, I'll start with this big one here. Let's see what we got here, guys. I guess I didn't do this one properly, but...
You're getting a feel for that new knife, that's all.
Yeah, I got to get used to it. It's different than the other. It's a little more expensive than the cheap ones we use. Well, it looks like we have another Luftwaffe dagger here, and as we always do, it's in the scabbard right or no? It's in the scabbard right. No, it's backwards
again.
Backwards again.
The whole
Why
thing.
is that? And this guy must know something about things, but and it's got a set of army hangers on a Luftwaffe dagger.
They're on backwards too.
They're on backwards too, yeah. Then we got some missing wire here too.
Yeah.
So this dagger. Oh,
and the blade's on backwards too. Must
Blade's
go for
in
the
backwards. It's a Siegfried Waffen though with a mint blade. Well, there's probably nothing here that we can't straighten out.
Turn around and switch around.
Let me just look at this once. Yeah, this is with pack. This is something you can maybe learn a little bit. Not all the time, but most of the time when pack made the fittings, the double circles that go around the swastika have little dots in between them. Can the camera see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's always a pack pommel. So if you have a pack dagger, that's a good thing you want to see.
Actually, that's pretty close to the last one we just had.
Oh no, the last one was bigger. The swastika was much wider, and but that's a nice dagger, even though it's in backwards. The blade's backwards. The hangers are wrong.
Inside, outside, upside
Inside
down.
out. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Dr. Zeus here. But and the wire, it's not difficult to replace the wire. The original wire is still available, and we have the craftsman that can do it. So we'll get that straightened out. And the army hangers aren't for the dagger, but they look fine.
Oh, it's not even Luft hangers. You're right. It's army.
Yeah, they're army hangers. Yeah. Oh well, you know. Let's see what we got here. Oh, okay. A youth knife. Looks pretty nice on the outside here. It's an early one. See that close checkering? That'll tell you it's early. I don't know why, but the crossguard has some black paint on it. Looks like somebody repainted the scabbard, and when they repainted the scabbard, they did the crossguard too. Why not? I guess they figured. Well, it's not much to write home about there.
That's why.
Yeah, that's why, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Blade's
it's early, but it's just...
Yeah. It's a Robert class.
It's seen better days, as we say.
Yeah. Well, somebody might like it. It is what it is.
Yep.
It is what it is. And let's see what else we got here. I do like that pack piece, though. That's got some good possibilities. Oh, let's see. This is Austrian or Czech. It's a Czech bayonet. Yeah, it's a Czech bayonet. The Nazis produced these K98 type bayonets after they occupied Czechoslovakia. So that's not too bad of a piece. Nothing to write home about, but it is what it is. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, another Luftwaffe. And of course it's in the scabbard backwards. Why would you put it in correct?
That's amazing. 3 in a row.
Yeah, 3 in a row. It's always that way, it seems like. And it's got nice fittings on it, though, and that thick pebbling. It looks like a sort of maybe WKC or something now. No, it's a Anton Wingen. And the blade looks good, too. It just got some grease on it.
Let me see the maker.
It's that real small AWS. These are actually generic fittings. When you see that real thick pebbling, that's typical generic, and they'll have the casted in leaves with them, and also with this generic kind of crossguard, the top of the crossguard cantilevers over a little bit over the eagle's wings. It's kind of a good look.
Yeah, that is one strange cross guard there. You see that?
No, it's a generic. It's darker than most of them you see, but
no, bring it, like, compare it to this one. See how the foot.
no,
It's got these cross
right.
hairs in it, which this doesn't.
It has them, but they're not as distinct. It's just the generic form. You got to study it all in my book.
Okay, yeah.
You didn't buy my book. That's what happened.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you forgot to buy my book. My own son won't even buy my book. I'll tell you, tough life around here, guys. Really tough life. Well, looks like we got another Czech bayonet here. Boy. Well, that one's in pretty good shape, though. You know, these are not a lot of money, and they're nice to have in your collection, and for guys that do collect different types of bayonets, they're pretty nice. So that's okay. Let's see what we got here. Here now we're talking. I love the grip so far. See that nice grain in that grip? Isn't that beautiful?
It either doesn't have an eagle or it's in backwards.
No, I haven't turned it around yet. It's got nice fittings, and yeah, it's okay. And the anodizing is quite good on the scabbard too. It looks like the crossguard is on backwards. The Grupa stamp is on the wrong side.
But it's backwards again. That's kind of.
And it's in the scabbard backwards.
I know, that's what I've been saying. Nice grip though, very nice.
Very nice grip, yeah. Yeah, it's not, let's see.
This guy's living in Bizarro world. And look, the blades, what
blades
the hell?
in backwards too. Wow. This is really strange
This is
stuff.
strange,
isn't it? Yeah, it is very strange. I mean, it's easy to straighten out, but and it's a ground room, and it's I thought it was a pack. It is a pack. Most of the trademark is ground off, though. Well, we'll have to.
It's like there was all in parts, and they took a shot and put it all back together, and they
Well,
missed on everything.
Really strange, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, come on.
And then when they're all done, put it in the scabbard backwards too. Why not? Well, you know, collectors, I just open the boxes. I don't have any control of what's happening here. The only thing I have control of is this, sort of. Not all the time. I'm going to need another one of them. Okay, we have an army dagger here, a late one, and of course that's in the scabbard backwards also. What a strange world it is. Yeah, well, these are WKC fittings. Yep, the WKC dagger. And what we like to see on WKC pieces too, the scabbard just has the one side screw like that. That's typical WKC. And then on the crossguard that I've pointed out before, I think you can see the beak looks like a hatchet on the eagle.
Yeah, I like that WKC crossguard.
Yeah. Let's see what the blade. Yeah, the blade's actually nice. It's just full of smudge, but it looks like a mint blade. Dried grease on it.
Don't you think those runners, if that dagger was in there for all that time and then you flipped it around, whatever it did to the blade initially would start on the opposite side?
I guess, yeah. I guess.
You know, if that was a gilded dagger or something.
This sort of looks like stuff that would come from a vet collection.
Every one of them? I think this guy's just a wise guy.
No.
He's left-handed. Wow. Well, that one's not backwards.
No, and it's got a nice knot on it too. This guy's is a railway knot. That's a very rare knot.
We just put one of those up on our latest
We just
update.
put one up on our website, yeah. First one I had in years, and here's another one. So this bayonet was worn by a railway guy. It's just plain, unmarked, but not in bad condition. The value's in the knot. So that's kind of cool. I like that. At least the bayonet wasn't in backwards. I don't think it would go backwards.
The knot was backwards.
No, the knot's right. Oh, and here we go. This is quite nice. Wow. Wow, beautiful scabbard. Beautiful belt loop. The paint is perfect on the scabbard, and the grip plates are, it looks like it was never used.
Yeah, that's mint.
It's a really nice fighting knife. Oh, wow. A mint blade in it. Yeah, that's a... It's got a little sharpening, I think, on it, but the blade's basically mint, and it's unmarked. So that's a nice thing. Fighting knives are very popular these days. I guess everybody's seen that SS guy with the fighting knife hanging out of his shirt and the bullets wrapped around him, and oh, I want to get one of those, you know. So they always sell very well. All right, here we go again. See what this is. Well, looks like we got a sword of.
Okay. That hilt looks like it could be a Luftwaffe.
Oh yeah? Oh good, I like Luftwaffes. Can't keep them in.
You never know though.
I know. We'll know in a minute. I had to get a refill. Things are too rough this time. Cutting myself and all that, and trophies, so I had to get something to bolster up a little bit. Oh! Holy mackerel.
I stand mistaken.
Ooh.
Wow.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Well, collectors, this is a prison official sword and still has the Eichhorn tag on it. Boy, it's a beautiful thing. It's all aluminum. It's got the right cross guard and the eagle head, and sometimes the eagle looks the other way on the back, and sometimes it looks the same way. Let's see this one. Yep, this one looks the other way. See that? Just a beautiful thing. Beautiful scabbard. Oh, great. Beautiful blade, too. Got some smudge on it, but it's absolute mint. I think it's an Eichhorn, but I just want to check. Yeah.
It better be an Eichhorn.
Yeah. It's stamped with the 3541 trademark.
That's tough to grab.
Yeah. But this is absolutely a killer.
Very rare.
Very rare. I got some napkins here. Oh, the napkin with blood on it, but let me just wipe this off to show you what's here.
Well, don't stab me. Where?
You would think people would wipe the sword off before they send it, but there it is. There's the blade. It's absolutely stone mint. Very, very beautiful sword. I have not had a Eichhorn justice official, or is it prison or justice? It is justice official. I haven't had one of these in several years.
Do you think they're the only maker?
No, Clement and Young made them, and I also had an Alcozo piece a while back, but it's usually Eichhorn or Clement and Young, and both of them are a lot different too, the makes. But this is an incredible piece, and top condition. So
yeah, it's great with them because they have the eagle and the swaz on the front cross guard, and then the exact same thing on the back
only
side.
the eagle head.
Not a languette, just the same, reverse on the back, which is really cool.
Yeah, it means they went to the trouble of making the mold on both sides, and well, that, guys, is something you'll very rarely see. I'm pretty thrilled to get that. I had no clue. So, well, that makes my week anyhow. That's just incredible. Look at that, guys. Isn't that nice? Man, oh man. Just now, if only I could find the proper knot. But that's really good. Whew, I like that. I could look at that for a couple hours, and I think I probably will. So maybe I'll put it back in the box so I don't spill a drink on it or something. I don't want anything to happen to this beauty. Wow. Well, I'm happy to get that. Really happy to get that. So there you go. And let's see. I'll open this. See what we got here. These kind of round tubes are very good for shipping a sword or something that's pretty delicate, because it would take a hell of a lot to bend one of these things. Of course, I wouldn't put anything past the post office and UPS or FedEx, but these are usually a pretty reliable way to ship something. Okay, we got that off. Let's see if this will come out. Now we're living right here, guys. Some good padding and stuff. Can you believe it? Oh God, oh well. Hey, I'm not criticizing you guys. I know you got to protect the stuff, but it really does make a mess around here. Well, let's see what this could be. Well, you never know. We'll see. I mean, you believe that sword, that last sword? Wow. Man, justice official. The prison official is gold, the justice official is silver. That's the difference, the only difference between the two sword types. And when we say justice official, what are we talking about? Probably a judge, a high-placed judge. This looks like some kind of a Japanese sword, Ab.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, well, we get these now and again.
I don't know too much about them, but...
No, but we can find out. And wow, this is in quite nice condition. It's not a real long sword. See how short the scabbard is and all, and the suba is nice, and everything looks intact in the grip. The original wood plug is in there that keeps the tang in place, and as I say, the paint on the scabbard is really in nice condition. And these fittings are pretty too. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that nice? And the lower one. Just on the surface, it's a very nice looking piece. And let's see what we got here. It's a shorter blade, and It looks like it may have been sharpened somehow. Probably not by the Japanese. I don't know if they sharpen them that way or not. Oh, wow, look at here. We got a dedication on it. Yeah, we'll have to have that translated. But gee, with that on there, it kind of makes it look like an important sword. And small like this too, it might be an important sword. I think they call these a Shin Gunto or something like that. You Jap sword guys out there, if you want to write me about this piece, I would welcome it.
It's nice. I like the
What do
look
you think
of
of it, obviously? It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, you never know with these things. You never know. We don't study them as much as we study everything else, but
It's got a richness to it, though, doesn't it?
yeah, it's got a really nice look to it.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Well, we'll see, guys. There's probably 10 of you out there that know exactly what it is, and you're, wow, Whitman, how can you be so stupid? And but there's only so much you can know. I'm no genius. I'm just an average guy, and I know a lot about daggers and swords, but I don't know everything, and I apologize for that. But I know who to ask, though. So that's the good part. All right, and I bought another samurai earlier in the week.
Two samurais in a row?
Yeah, but I don't know anything about this one either. But a guy brought it in and said, "You want to buy it?" And I thought the price was okay, so I bought it. It's a wartime sword, Japanese Army. And this is proper, that's on it, that's not a replacement. And the Suba is nice. It looks like maybe something came out of or maybe it was never there, I don't know. I forget what you call these things inside of the grip. There's a screw missing there, but I don't think that's any great shakes. And some little decorative items on the scabbard. And let's see how the release for the blade is here, but it doesn't seem to work, but the blade comes out. And there we are. It has a nice blade on it. Almost spilled my drink. Wow, cut myself and spill my drink in the same video? That would be really terrible. The blade there's a couple of really tiny little nicks in it, nothing really serious. And yeah, you can tell. Here's one thing I did learn about swords, these samurais collectors. If this area of the blade is not sharpened, we know it's a machine-made blade done during the 30s or the 40s. So this one is dull here. You don't want to do that on the other part of the blade, or you'll be missing the end of your finger like somebody we just mentioned. And that's without having a bottle of vodka thrown at you. So that looks like an interesting piece, and glad to have that. And let's see if there's one more box here. May as well open that baby up. Let's see what we got here. Right from FedEx. I think it's coming from the UK. Well, a box in a box.
No, that's a period case.
Period case. Oh yeah, that's a period case, is right. Yeah.
Document.
Oh yeah, I remember this now. This is This is a very cool thing, collectors. This is a letter from Hitler, signed by Hitler. You'll see the date on it is very late in 1945 in Hauptquartier. He was down a bunker at this point. And you'll notice that the typing is the real big type, and Hitler ordered his typing machines to be replaced with big type because his eyesight was failing. And this would have been typed by Trudel Junge, his last secretary. And this letter deals with a general who is retiring, and Hitler is wishing him well in his retirement. I think the box is for some kind of a photograph or something. It's not for this letter, but it certainly holds it nicely. This is an original Hitler signed letter typed by Trudel Junge. Very, very valuable and rare thing because Hitler had these kind of things destroyed at the end of the war. I'm not sure what these other items are here, but I'll look at them later, I guess. Let me just see the... No, they're just... No, it's just an envelope that apparently comes from, Obersalzberg. Well, I'll look at that later, but this letter is really a prize. You know about that when you see pictures of Hitler in the bunker where he's got his magnifying glass because he can't see anything, and that's why he had the big type letter.
Would you think that case would fit one of those silvered framed Führer photos?
Yeah, I think it will.
Yeah. I
think that's what it's for. It's not an official presentation, it's a gift type case because it doesn't have the eagle on it, but it definitely is for, and this is all horsehair behind it, and I'll have to check that out. But that's I think that's a cool thing. It's scary just looking at it. How many things like that could have survived? I wonder. Wow,
that's late. That's February '45. That's
a rare item. Wow, I like that. I like that a lot. And I had a guy come in here a couple days ago and sell me some things, so I'll show you them. Boy, that letter. That's I don't think I've ever owned a letter personally signed by Hitler. I've seen orders and things like that, but that's I think that's a pretty rare thing. So I'll show you some of these things that this guy brought in earlier this week. This is a nice second model Luftwaffe. I particularly like the orange grip. It's really a pretty grip. And this again has that generic crossguard with the big beads on the back and the cantilever over onto the wings, and that's a crossguard you said you liked, Dub.
Yeah.
And a generic scabbard too, and nice knot, and very nice blade. It's made by Robert Klass, so that's kind of a nice thing. Nothing to set the world on fire about, and also it has just the slightest bit of gilt on the swazes. You can just pick up a tone there. And I like the way the scabbard is all even with the airplane gray color. So that's okay. I like that. And then Another one, bought from the same guy. This is a typical WKC. Has the WKC style fittings. Grip, nice orange grip, good. See, it has the one screw on the scabbard. That's what you want to see with WKC things. And a stone mint blade. So that's a nice dagger too. Nothing wrong with that at all. Good condition. No issues at all. See, there's that WKC mark on the back. See what else we have here.
A lot of Luftwaffes.
Yeah, we got Luftwaffe to death this week. Well, this is just a an army dagger. It's got what we call generic A fittings on it. It's that generic A eagle. It's a nice orange grip. Beautiful silvered fittings though, and beautiful silvered scabbard. And let's see who we, great blade, really a mint blade, and that's made by Puma. Everybody likes Puma stuff. So that's a good good solid piece, nothing wrong with it. It's interesting too, look how low the screws are in that scabbard. That's pretty interesting.
No.
Alright, there's that. And let's see what we got next here. Another army dagger. This one I really like a lot. The fittings are real early. And I looked this fitting up, and I found a I forget who the maker was on it. It's very similar to an early Eichhorn, but it's not. It's one of the kind of odd makers. And the scabbard is very nice, but the grip is sensational. It's so dark. Look at the dark orange there. And a nice knot on it. And then the whipped cream on it is the blade is absolutely just as good as they ever come. Completely mirror bright, needle-like tip. And now I'll show you something you don't see very often. The maker is Buchel. Buchel did not make very many daggers, and I'm sure that they bought these fittings from other factories. But that, if you're collecting dagger maker types, you're going to have a tough time finding a Buchel, and especially in that superb condition. So I was very glad to be able to buy that dagger also. Look how dark that color is compared to the others. So you can see how dark that orange is. And a couple more. I'm probably boring you to death, but here we go. This piece I like a lot. This is a Weimar period police clamshell. Just beautiful nickel fittings, beautiful stag grip. It has the Weimar insignia with the clamshell, a brown scabbard. The leather is a dark brown. And you can tell, if you know a little bit about these things, you can tell it's going to be a WKC, because I probably told you before, when you see these fittings that just have a semicircle like that, instead of being scalloped like normally on a police bayonet, that's a WKC trait. So then when we take it out, just the best of the best blade. Is really, really great. It's a 10-inch blade, and it has a stepped end in it, which is kind of rare on police bayonets. And it is a WKC, but like WKC likes to do their trademarks on the obverse, and it's under the clamshell. so you really can't see it that well. But that's has a nice felt washer on it. But that's a very classy police bayonet. Just really made short like this, so chances are it belonged to an officer. And then I got one more piece to show you that I bought this week too. This is kind of an odd duck. And you say, what's odd about it? It looks like a mint RAD officer to me. And it is. The outside is beautifully toned, beautiful grip plates on it. Tiny, tiny hairliner there, but that I think we can excuse. But see how beautiful the silvering has toned. And then the scabbard is like new. It still has all of the frosting on it, and it still has that blue in the panel. Not all RADs were made with that blue, but this particular maker, the one where where the wheat shafts touch, see how they touch each other there, that maker usually has this dark blue panel, and the other maker, the shafts don't touch, so that there was probably only 2 companies producing RAD scabbards, and every company used them. But you say, okay, what's going to be so unusual about this? Well, I don't know whether you picked it up yet, but if you look at the blade, the blade is in the hilt backwards, and the motto is on the wrong side, going the wrong way. You see that? The blade's supposed to be going this way, not that way. So it's something where it's either a factory error, or it could have been ordered by a southpaw, a left-hander, special. You know, it's possible.
Well, how's the throat placed? That's the key.
Yeah, you're right, Ob. That's exactly right. You guys know when the hangers brackets are here, the thick part of the throat's going to be here and the thin part's here, right? Not on this piece. It's just the opposite because the blade is mounted backwards. And this shows that it's not an error.
Yeah, it's not an error.
They wouldn't have made an error like that unless the guy assembling it was drunker than I am, but I don't know. I
think he's a lefty. It's the only thing that makes sense.
It might be. I tend to think that it was an error, but then, you know, your point with the scabbard throat, that but my point in showing you this is that
well, it can't. If it was an error, it would be mounted correctly like that, but be blank like it is. But this would be going this way.
Yeah, you're right.
And so
right. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, if it was made that way, I guess there could have been a high-ranking RAD officer that could tell the factory how he wanted his piece made. Is it maker mark? No, it isn't even maker mark. So
maybe it's a prototype.
It's not a proto, but he may have gotten it made by a small producer because he could tell them what he wanted done.
Sure. Very cool.
So it's one of those things where nothing in this hobby is ever cookie cutter or 100% this way, or it only has things going in this direction, or only has things done that way. Because if you start saying this is the only way it could ever be, you're always going to be made a liar. I learned that a long time ago. So you have to keep an open mind in this hobby. I mean, sure, maybe if you're collecting basic daggers, you don't want to start out with an RAD where the blade's in it backwards. I don't blame you. But then again, if you're a guy that you've got a nice collection and you're looking for things that are real, original, but are slightly odd, makes you think a little bit. So that's when a dagger like this can be nice to own. yeah, I guess you could say, oh, well, it's such a beautiful dagger. Maybe I could get a mint blade someplace and have it remounted. Well, yeah, then what are you going to do? What are you going to do about the scabbard throat? And, you know, you can't. And besides that, it may be an historically important thing, so you don't want to screw it up. At least I wouldn't want to. It is what it is. But anyhow, that's that concludes our unboxing. And again, I thought we had some interesting things. I never know, so sometimes Rob says, oh, we're going to have the unboxing. I said, geez, I'm kind of afraid to, because I don't know what's in any of these boxes. He says, well, you never do. Let's just see what happens. So we did it again today, and there was nothing here that you could retire on, I guess, but some interesting things, and I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you again next time.
Why don't you hold your Oscar up for everybody?
Yeah, good idea, yeah. I got an Oscar for my silly performances here that for some reason you guys seem to enjoy, so I can't thank you enough for...
Thank the Academy.
Yeah, the Academy, yeah. So it's really nice people send in these things. It's a very good group of people we have here, including Ob. So, good luck to you all, and we'll see you on the next unboxing. Thank you.